This is Isaiah 14:2. All praises, or 14:1. All praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Bashem Rachak Wadash, my name is Jacobo from Plaintables Camp. When you look, you should be familiar with this. It says, for Yahweh will have mercy upon Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers, Hagar, all right, these are the strangers that can join the Passover in the book of Exodus. All right, Gar. All right, these are Israelites. All right, and the Israelite foreigners shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, as you can see today, the so-called Jays, the little hat people, their enemies are everyone that's not no politically aligned with their current state in that land. And that's their enemies. So who are the allies that they have? They don't have the allies of the actual people round about them. People round about them are all their enemies, and they have these friends they do have are economic relationships, not like political and marriage. Like the Arabians, Saudis, Arabia, the Arabs, all right, are there because of money, not because they're actually joined with them, in matrimony, and, together. All right. So we have the word there, stranger, which is guard. This is an Israelite foreigner. It shall cleave. We got Sapak, Sapak, Anawa, Sapakwa, cleave. So where are these nations cleaving to those imposter J's joined together? All right. This is not just a simple agreement. This is a binding. All right. Then you go to the second verse, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. All right. The people shall take them. All right. Them is the other nations, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. All right. I take them, people or nations, Amyam, and bring them to place and shall possess them. All right. So this is a different people than referring to the strangers up here. And this is how this anti-Christians break it down. Basically, the strangers here is talking about the people here. No, it's two different people. These strangers here are not going to be a possession. It's clear. All right, it's a different context. The strangers here are actually Israelite foreigners. The people here are going to be slaves. All right, and the people shall take them. All right, the Israelites shall take the heathens. All right, and the people shall take them, the Israelites shall take the heathens, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. So this is a different stranger. All right. The issue is that stranger and Gentile in English are used synonymously. All right. Well, I mean, it's used in a way where it's it's using the same word to describe two different things. All right. Strangers shall be joined with them. And we have here, all right, two different sets of people. All right. And the strangers and the people shall bring them. and the people shall take them. All right. So these are two different strangers. All right. And bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh. All right. Shall possess. La Nakal wa ha Nakalawa. All right, it's a long word in the Manan. But the root, the whole word means and shall possess them. That's the whole word. And the root, call, to get a possession, acquire, to inherit, possess, take a possession. All right. So see how I outline its biblical usage. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee until thou be increased and inherit the land. All right. A possession, property, ownership. All right. You typically wouldn't use this as a a fellow Israelite that's your brother. All right. I mean, I could see it being used in the reference of like a Israelite that was enslaved to you, though. All right. But the land is to serve us. All right. And remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servant, to whom thou swearest by thy own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and this land that I has spoken of, I will give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. So, land inheritance. This is how it's typically used, but let's continue to roll that. Let's go up to the top. Maybe it's say it up here. Make it a little faster. To receive anything as a possession, to possess as wealth, frequently used of children of Israel as acquiring the possession of Canaan. Okay, so land there. All right, receive an inheritance, to give anything to be possessed or distributed. To give for possession, commonly followed by to, I guess, accusative of a person, thing. To be made and inherit. All right, that's Deuteronomy. So, so the children of Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim took their inheritance. Inherit, inherit, inherit. All right, seeing how the word's used. All right, possess, have, divide, heritage, possession, inheritance. So that's what it is. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Jeremiah, inheritance. Says it's 57:13. When thou criest, let the companies deliver thee. Let thy companies deliver thee, but the wind shall carry them away. Vanity shall take them, but he that putteth his trust in me shall possess the land. All right. So you see how it's used. So this possession, when it applies to a person, is not a good thing. All right, but shall give his sons inheritance. All right. Last verse, last scripture. And the seed shall be prosperous. The vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her possession. So, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give the dew, and cause the remnant of the people to possess all things. Look around Isaiah 14. Psalms. All right, so that's how it's used. And the people shall take them, Israel shall take the heathen and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. So we're going to inherit the nations like property, all right? Like land, and the land's going to work for us, all right? So these strangers here shall you be joined into them, and them and the people that are going to be possessed are two different. All right. These work together, shall possess them and take them. Let me highlight it. Visual aids, purple. I shall take them, possess them. All right. This is different from, and the strangers shall be joined with them. All right. These are the Israelite foreigners joining with the house of Israel. All right. And technically, we're all strangers. All right. But when we come to an understanding of who we are, we're no longer strangers and foreigners. So they're going to be Israelites that are still going to be in it, like our apostles coined, Gentile state of mind, that are not going to know, or they're going to have very little knowledge, or have very little knowledge, or and have very little knowledge. They'll still be considered strangers, and they're going to come back into the fold. All right? So you still have that dynamic that exists today. Israel proper, mainly here in Babylon. All right, we awake, we know what's going on, and then you have the Israelites that are not, that don't know, that know very little, and that are not wearing the proper garment, figuratively, spiritually. All right, so these are two different, thems and strangers and people. All right, in the first and second verse. So that's how you break it down. You divide it that way. So hope you edified. Shalom.